Hey, it's on. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's Monday, and I am on a 30-day challenge. I think this is day 12. This is semi new to me, but I made a 30-day challenge to, well, challenge myself. So I'll give you guys, for viewers that have been here before, welcome back. The job that I have is a little, it's very intense, very intense, very driven. And again, these videos are unedited and uncut, so if I mess up, I just mess up, but I'm finding that I'm getting better in the process. But anyway, my job is very intense, so I had a hard day today. My employers will ask you to do a project, so I have these projects, and they will then ask additional questions while you're trying to get an important project that they need completed, done. You have all these other little projects, as well as paperwork and classes. But I think everyone that is in a corporate environment knows what I'm talking about. I said all of that to say this, that I really enjoy this time with you guys. I'm on day 12. I'm really starting to enjoy just talking. Well, today is Mystery Monday, and I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but me and a buddy were talking earlier today about finances and how money is tight, and if we didn't have any money, what would we do to save? Whether that be save for retirement. I'm 50, so for me, I have grandkids, I have kids, so you want to kind of save for their future, or save for school clothes, whatever it is. You want to save something for yourself. For me, I don't have a lot of resources, or I didn't. At one time, I had child support, and they were taking, it was a lot coming out of my checks, and I was spending a lot of money, and I had very little. Plus, I had to get my kids, so that would leave a couple $100, and that was for groceries, for gas, for entertainment. And you may say, oh, a couple $100, that's great, you're living in a lap of luxury. Well, that's why I was saying that your mileage may vary, but for me, it was not much left over, especially if you know how kids eat. But I wanted to save some money, and so I figured out 2 ways to do it, and I'll give you those 2 ways today in a short amount of time. Now, as you can see, I am not in a lavish house or expensive cars. I'm not wearing expensive clothes. I'm a regular guy with regular bills and nice large expenses, just like most of America. But I have found that the financial literacy of most Americans is not that great. But you don't know what you don't know, correct? This is how I did it. This is one of my personal ways that I did this, and it may not seem like a lot of money, but it turned into over years, it turned out good for me. But I will start with the year. So I first heard this idea on YouTube, and it was how to save $500 a year. And again, that may not seem like much, but for me at the time, to be able to save $500 and I had no money at all, that was huge. So went to my bank and I had a savings account. And some of you may have savings account, some of you don't. But whatever your situation is, I had a checking and savings account. So what I would do is, after I made a purchase, all of my purchases for the day, at the end of the evening, I would go in on my phone and I would take $1 and transfer it to my savings. Now, most banks will not let you just transfer $1. At least mine doesn't, I should say. So it might be $1.50, it might be $1.30, whatever it is. But I would take $1 and whatever that change was, and I put it into that account. And I did that for a year, every night. And I still do this to this day. And I end up with about $500 at the end of the year. And it's just $1. Now, some of you guys may not be able to do that. Maybe it's $5, maybe it's 50 cents. But just take something and put it, and don't touch it. And it will seem very small at first, but make it a game, and you'll get about $500. Now, we'll get into what you can do with that later, because I want to move on to the next thing that I did that really helped me a lot. It helped me get my house, actually, and that's Acorns. I had started Acorns when it had initially started. It was in its infancy, and it would round up my change. And so every dollar I spent, it would take that the end part. Let's say it was 32 cents or 12 cents or whatever it is, and it would put it into like this little holding room. And once I had built up, I think it was $5, it would put that into an investment. And at the time, they didn't have a lot of other things. It was just one kind of stock that you could get. And it had multiple little pie charts and things. But I was investing. It was fractional stocks. I could never invest before because I didn't have the money. I'm broke, you know. But I want to save something. So I opened this Acorns account, and I started watching it grow. And I didn't miss anything. Now, the one good feature that I did like, that I should mention, and it still does it, is if my account if it was going to be in the negative, or what they were going to take out, even the $5 that they were going to invest, they would wait until my account, I got paid, or that it was able to tell that I had enough money for them to take that money out. So I did that for, it was about 2.5, 3 years. And it was just like the dollar thing, it was just a couple coins. It started out really slow, but I'm excited. I'm seeing my pennies grow, Well, it came time I wanted a house. So with child support, your credit is monitored, and it's actually on your credit report. So it makes things, I don't think people really realize that, but it makes things difficult when you go to buy certain things, especially if you don't have a bunch of money to begin with. And then this additional money is taken out. So my credit was not the greatest. So I went on this journey and got my credit up. And when I got my credit up, I got that score, I went and started looking for a house. I had some other funds saved up, But the kicker was, if I hadn't saved that acorns and I hadn't invested for that year or two and just, not touched it, I would not have had enough money to purchase my house. So I was able to take that out without it being borrowing against my 401k or taking a hit on my taxes. I was just able to take that money out and pay closing or whatever I had to pay. And that also helped with them seeing, my saving habits. So I thought it was pretty cool. The other thing about Acorns that they started was a child savings account, per se. I wanted to save for, my grandkids and things like that. And I don't like buying toys. I'll buy books, but I won't buy them toys. I don't do a whole bunch of... I don't do things like that. So I told my kids I am not buying them toys and a bunch of, crap. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of money and I'm going to put it in their account every week. And so now I've been doing that. And now each account has a little over a couple grand. If not a little, some I started later. A little over $1,000 to one has a couple grand. And they're not that old. So by the time they reach maturity, instead of me spending money on a bunch of stuff that they're going to grow out of or they're going to lose interest in, so be it. Because remember, I don't have a bunch of money. It's not, and I don't even know if that little Gerber $10,000 thing exists, but that wouldn't go far anyway. But I did that so that they have a fighting chance for whatever comes. Because I probably will not be around. I hope that I am, but I probably will not be around when they reach, 25, 30, 40. That's what I'm talking about. Once they reach 18, then I will take that money and I will put it in another account. By then I'll have my trust and that money will start to cycle, and it should be big enough where they can just live off of that disbursement a year. That's my plan. That's my plan right now. We'll see how that goes for me, but I'm investigating that stuff. So I just wanted to get on here and let you know that if you're down and out and you're broke, you don't know how to make ends meet, you don't know how you're going to do it, you don't know how you're going to save, I'm with you. And that's one of the two ways. Now, we may get into money a little bit further because I've watched a lot of those videos with, the graphs, and they have the graphics and all the stuff. Hey, I don't have enough for that right now. I don't have enough time for that. So this is very bare bones, which I'm hoping that someone out there sees this and is like, okay, this guy, even though he doesn't have all the high-tech stuff and it's not glowing and there's not flashing signs and lights and technical charts and things like that, but I feel him. I see where he is coming from. I've been in that position, or I am in that position, and we'll go through it together. With that being said, let me see where I'm at. I'm at 14, so I'm gonna get off of here. That's the story for the day. Tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. It is the Triple T. 10 toes Tuesday, baby. And we're going all up in you with it. I have a banger story for you about me and my little badass being a kid and how I gave my parents hell, but my dad gave me some hell right back. So tune in tomorrow, because it's an iconic thing that'll be coming to this channel, and I'll leave you with what he said. Came up to me and he said, "Night, night, keep your butthole tight." Like, what? Wait, huh? No, I'm not ready. So if you want to hear the story of why he said that, I'm telling you, it's going to be good. Tune in tomorrow. I know this was a lengthy one. Thank you for all the subscribers. Please like, share, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.